Welcome my Sagittariuses to your 2023 year ahead reading. If you're new here, I'm Christine. Welcome to my channel. It's good to have you here. And if you are returning, it's great to have you back as well. I am so excited to do these 2023 readings. You guys are the last sign I am recording. I've gotten so many good energy, so many positive things happening, and it's about mindset, right? Because sometimes people are like, no, that's not positive, but I'm sensing a lot of good things coming. And so we're going to dive into your reading. I am doing a new year forecast spread, 13 card tarot reading. The spread is from the tarot lady, and I wanted to make sure I acknowledged her because this is her spread, not mine. I didn't create it. Always trust yourself, your intuition, practice discernment. Super important with me or with anyone else. You know your experience more than anyone. Know that energies are fluid, and you can consult this reading in Sagittarius for any placement in which you have this sign in, whether it's Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars, North Node, or anything else. So let's dive in and get started. Grab your favorite drink, sit back, and enjoy. We're going to take a look and grab a card to see what your 2022 year was all about. Quick summary here. Knight of Coins, Earth, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. I swear a lot of Earth energy has been coming up for almost every sign. So I feel like with the Knight of Coins, you may have been juggling. The Knight of Coins to me indicates in 2022 there may have been a lot of shifting, competing priorities, balancing, juggling a lot of things coming in and out of your life. You could have been dealing with time management, balancing your responsibilities, especially when it came to your work, your job, and balancing life, work, and also learning energy management. This is speaking strongly to me of that. Learning how to best utilize your energy so that you are not exhausting yourself, so that you felt good, you weren't absorbing. I feel like 2022 was the year of setting this foundation, of really learning. So you may have fallen down, gotten up, fallen down, and it was all part of the plan, all part of the experience. So you could figure out what's working, what's not. What do I need more of? What do I need less of? And I feel like this 2022 really helped set up that foundation, because now reflecting back, you'll realize, looking back at all the situations, especially with, I'm getting work for many of you, your professional lives, you'll see where is there a deficit. In other words, where was your energy leaking? Where were you not feeling your best? Also too, in your personal life, where did you overcommit or give too much of your time, your energy? Because I feel like there's a big notion of time here, and it connects to your value. And I feel like many of you learned, I don't have infinite time, I don't have infinite energy, even though we can renew that by rest. So I feel like many of you realized by the end of 2022, you got to kind of pick and choose what's most valuable for you. Not because other things aren't, but because you only have a finite amount of time and energy to invest, and you can't do it equally with everything. Also, speaking of self-care, because the cow, or you can say an ox or a bull, this represents feminine energy, fertility, abundance, self-love, love in itself. So many of you, I feel, through these experiences in 2022, learned that part of energy and time management is also very much embedded and reflective of your self-love and your self-care practices. Let's take a look at career. If you see me looking, I'm looking at the spread. We're going to take a look at your career outlook now for 2023. Wow, Queen of Wands. Look at this. I get boss babe. I heard kahuna. I know it's more usually, I'm not 100% sure. I feel like kahuna is generally referred to males in Hawaiian culture, but I got like boss babe, boss leveling up here. So with the Queen of Wands, this is Leo energy. You're taking charge, I feel, in your career. There's going to be like a drive, an inner passion where you're like, I feel ready. I'm working towards my goals. I know that I need to put in energy and time. Many of you are stepping into leadership positions, visibility, being seen. I feel like you're stepping it up. There's a general energy here in 2023 in your career, stepping it up. I feel like you are going to give it all, give it your all, and put in everything that you've got to make it happen. And I see you succeeding here, because this Queen of Wands is someone who's very charismatic, very magnetic. She's able to use her strength to accomplish her goals, able to use her innate passion, her creativity, to also put towards what it is she wants to create, wants to accomplish, wants to pursue, especially when it comes to her career. Some of you may dabble or work in more creative endeavors, entertainment, music, dance, with children, like inner child. It could be theatrical, something very, again, creativity, that entire field, the word. It could be art as well. It's very broad. So it could be anything where you really utilize your own imagination, your own creative life force energy, a lot of sacral chakra energy. Be careful of losing steam. You see the volcano in the back? Because sometimes you may get spurts and long-winded energetic momentums where you're just going and going. So you may stay up late, because we see this looks evening, I guess you could say, but we see like an ability to work consistently for a while, but be careful of any burnout. Be careful of burning out, of losing steam. Keep yourself focused, but learn to take a rest. This is boss energy here. You're stabilizing, or taking a command of your career in 2023. Let's take a look at your financial outlook for 2023. Why am I repeating it? 7 of Cups. Who got this? One of the other fire signs got this. Maybe it was Leo. Okay, so for your financial outlook, I feel like many of you are going to create or bring in or call in or receive potentially offers of multiple streams of income. To me, this speaks of multiple opportunities to make money, to bring in money. So some of you may create different forms of passive income where you're earning money. Some of you may create, side hustles or start something that could potentially lead to monetization, especially like podcasting, going on YouTube, maybe blogging. You may also do contract freelance work and bring in other streams that way. But I feel like there's going to be multiple opportunities that present themselves to you in 2023 to expand your finances that allow you to bring in more money, and also create and diversify your income instead of consolidating it into one. And this is something the Queen of Wands is probably very good at. Because of her creativity, she's able to think beyond and outside the box and think of new ways to bring in money. So some of you, again, you could be working with people, especially with the cup energy. So there may be people coming into your life in 2023 that are going to help you do this, especially with collaborators. And with Leo energy, they're very gregarious, vivacious. A lot of them tend to attract a lot of attention. Check out where Leo is in your natal chart, like which house. It'll give you more of an idea of the energy there. But I feel like social networks are going to be really important in helping you call in more, find money. You guys, I'm having a lot of trouble talking. Since I did these readings tonight, I'm blaming it on Mercury retrograde. But I also feel like some of the, well, I just did Aries and Leo. There was some type of blockage in the throat. I didn't have this difficulty when I was filming yesterday, the other signs, but I'm just gonna blame it on Mercury retrograde coming up in 2 days. Let's pivot to your love outlook. What's happening for my Sagittarius, please? Ace of Wands. Look at all this fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sag here. I feel like, okay, for those looking, there's new passionate love. Chemistry may be off the charts. Attraction may be off the charts. You guys may just want to like devour one another. I just feel like an intense magnetism, passion. You may actually bond over some type of creative endeavor. You may meet in some type of shared creativity, some type of creative outlook, perhaps in some type of workshop, event, hobby, maybe a workout class, something where you both are engaged, expending energy, or really focused on creating. Yeah, but this is a brand new relationship that's coming for those that are looking. For those that are already in relationships, I feel like this is a big level of commitment, right? This is a lot of energy being put. So that you may make with your partner a big decision, like purchasing a new home, maybe solidifying your commitment to a union, engagement, or marriage of some sort, or making some type of decision together. But I feel like there's some type of joint passionate endeavor coming here. It's injecting a lot of, I'm getting sacral chakra energy. So there may be a deepening of the relationship, perhaps in a new, innovative way, especially, ooh, I'm hearing kids. Some of you may be expanding your family. So those in partnership, you may be expanding your family. I don't know, that just came. There may be an expansion of family, because this is also, sacral chakra is a birth, right? And this is giving birth to something. For those of you that are like, nope, I'm not interested in romantic relationships, I feel like this is you simply using all of the passion and drive and creative energy that you have within you, your sexual energy as well, to create. This could be in the form of simply your hobby, something you enjoy, or you could be putting it towards your professional work. To me, when it comes to platonic relationships, this could also mean investing more time in expanding your platonic network, your friendships, your work, professional network and colleagues. And so it doesn't have to mean that you're going to start a love relationship, but I feel like many of you are going to connect with very like-minded souls. You may feel a strong connection and quickly hit it off the ground. You may be like, wow, I feel like I've known you. And this may be someone that you just connect with, especially the chemistry could be there. Platonic too. You could be like, I feel like I've known you before. So it may be something akin to like a soulmate, kindred spirit, platonic or romantic. A lot of wand energy. Let's take a look now at your family and friends outlook and see what's happening for my Sages here. 3 of Coins. We got Earth, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. So I feel like there is growth, expansion, building. Perhaps you're reconnecting with family with the 3 of Coins. This also means investing your time and energy. Some of you may be rethinking ways of how you can spend more time with those that you love, that you care about. Making sure that it feels balanced to you. I just sense with the 3 of Coins, this is a lot about growth. Some of you are taking friendships to another level and deepening them. There's a sense of sharing deep values together with family as well. Some of you may be ironing out any differences, any disagreements. There may be some mutual shared interest in trying to develop as a unit. I'm getting a lot of stability here, a lot of resolve. Many of you are going to be reconnecting to perhaps friends or people, family. It could be family too that you have known for a long time, and re-engaging with them. I feel in general, for your relationships with family and friends, these are many of them have been in your life for a long time, long-term relationships, and I feel like there's a sense of wanting to nurture them some more and valuing them. It's like a recognition of, okay, these are the relationships that I'm going to value in 2023, and this is what I'm going to invest, because there's a rethinking, a reviewing of how much time, what am I going to do, how am I going to dedicate this, and what is it going to look like. There's, again, everyone has been getting a lot about relationships because we have the nodal points shifting from Taurus, Scorpio to Aries, Libra in mid-July or so. So from then on, there's going to be a lot of focus on connections, relationships of all kinds. Let's take a look at your spiritual outlook for 2023. We got 8 of Coins. These cards are repeating. Who got this? One other fire sign got this. Aries. Ooh, I said Aries. That may be important for you, but this is Earth, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. So I feel your spirituality, some of you are getting back to basics, because this is about rebuilding, putting in the effort. You're being reminded to be disciplined and consistent. This is about mastery, developing those skills. So I feel like for many of you in 2023, you are going to be taking a serious look at your spiritual practices and getting real with yourself and asking yourself, okay, what do I need to do that's going to help me become more consistent, stay grounded, and implement this into my life? Because with this energy, it's about the long term. Some of you may have overwhelmed yourself, may have taken on too much, may have simply balanced. Again, we got that in the beginning of your reading with the Nine of Coins. I feel like some of you may have juggled a lot in terms of time management, priorities, and just balancing a lot on your life workload and in life in general. So your spiritual practices may have not been consistent. They may have fallen to the wayside. You may have been in and out with them. So 2023 is very much, I wouldn't say starting from scratch. You're starting with the progress that you left at and that you made in 2022. And you're going to be like, okay, we're going to elevate this. So I feel like there's going to be an intentionality, and you're going to put that inertia towards resuming your spiritual practice or practices in 2023. You're going to ascend to new heights. I saw that with the geese and I heard it. I feel like by committing to a regular practice, and again, it's going to look different for everyone, but there's going to be some grounding element here. And patience is going to be involved, because some of you, I feel, are impatient. I get that with some of the fire signs. Some of you may be impatient and maybe trying to hurry up to see results, to see things. You're being guided to keep doing what you're doing, because you will see results. You will yield what it is that you want, especially when it concerns your spirituality. The main point is setting up a structure that's going to allow you to nurture this. This is for the long term. It's not for, 24 hours. This is what's going to give you that foundation, provide that foundation for your success, for your spiritual success, growth, development, but also for that connection to yourself. It's going to be important to help you down the road as you balance in 2023, because I feel like there's a lot of energy that's going to be moving you along, especially with this fire in these different areas of your life. You have Queen of Wands in career. Then you have Ace of Wands with love. And you have Earth energy, and then some cups. So let's pivot. We're going to look at the first quarter now, January, February, and March, and see what the year has in store for you. In your first quarter, you got the Magician, Virgo energy, ruled by Mercury. So I feel like in the first 3 months of 2023, many of you are going to be working on clarity, clarifying what it is you want, and really working on manifesting, bringing to light, planting those seeds and bringing to light what it is that you want. This is going to be a time where you set those intentions, plant the seeds, and really get clear, because when you manifest, you are in control of your reality, right? And so sometimes we manifest things we don't want because we're focusing on the wrong things, or we just don't have enough clarity. So quarter one is asking you to get very clear on what it is that you desire to bring to fruition, to bring to light, for things to happen in 2023. Because I would say Virgo looks at the fine details. It's not looking at the tree, it's looking at the veins of the leaves of the tree. That's the clarity that you need. So if you're looking, for example, for a new job, what kind of job? What do the hours look like? What does the work environment look like? How do your colleagues treat you? What type of food do you want to eat there? What are the hours like? What do you do? What are the tasks? What's the pay rate? That's the clarity you need with the Magician. Okay, what's coming up in quarter two for my Sages? Four of Coins, more Earth, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Some of you may have heavy Earth placement because we've got quite a bit of Earth already. Yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Earth out of 7 cards. So more than half. Some of you may have heavy Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus in your chart. So I feel like in the second quarter, April, May, June, there's here a little bit of pulling back, of guarding yourself, protecting yourself. Perhaps your energy, perhaps saving. You may feel called to put some money away to save, maybe not spend. There's a sense of guardedness here. And perhaps because there's some change, or you feel like there's some change you might be making, or simply because you are revising your budget, or maybe you realize you've overspent. But I also feel like this may be a temporary, like, okay, I need to take a step back and guard my own energy and protect it. Because look at the coins. She has them like all around her, hovered. And there's a protective energy too with this condor. So in quarter two, you may experience perhaps an imbalance, or perhaps a realization that, you know, maybe what it is that I want to accomplish in 2023, it's going to take a little bit more time, more energy, maybe more money than I realized. So I'm going to have to save. So I see a movement towards that, towards preserving, towards saving. We have a hummingbird here. So again, this is about creating balance in your life. Some of you are looking ahead. You guys have earth in you, because earth energy tends to look ahead. We're not talking like a week. We're talking like a year, 5 years, 10 years. It's a long-term planning. So many of you are planning beyond the second quarter. You're thinking ahead. For your third quarter, that is April, May, June. Oh, excuse me, July, August, September. Queen of Swords. Aries, Leo, Sag, especially Libra. So your third quarter, boundaries. In 2022, many of you were learning how to juggle, how to balance, especially your time and energy. I feel like in the third quarter, you're going to be tapping back into this. Some of you are going to have to be really careful because focus is going to be important, especially since some of you are going to be manifesting a lot in quarter one. I feel like, especially with the Cinderella energy, it's like a whole new life, because you know Cinderella went from like wearing rags to being around pumpkins and mice to, you know, a gown, glass slippers, and a really beautiful, expensive looking carriage. I feel like many of you are looking for a 360-degree up-leveling of your life. And so I feel like with this energy, you're going to be guided in the third quarter. You're going to have to focus. You're going to have to cut out distractions. That means creating boundaries. So some of you are going to, you know, kind of hermiting, but not completely. You're just really getting focused and realizing, I can't have this distracting me. I can't have this. And it's like you're setting boundaries with yourself so you can accomplish what it is that you want. This is also really asserting yourself, because when you set boundaries, unless you're going to do it by email, but even still, that takes communication. You're going to be speaking your truth to people, honestly communicating, being transparent, and letting folks know, like, hey, I can't do this right now. I'm sorry. I need to preserve my energy, because we saw that in the second quarter. So in the third, you may actually be making a shift towards preserving your time and energy, even your money too, in the second quarter. In the third quarter, you're going to state it out loud and actually enact it. So there's a lot here focused on really focusing. In 2023, focus is going to be a key for you, and not allowing yourself to get distracted, especially by shit that doesn't concern you. Let's take a look at what's in store for the fourth quarter. Four of Swords. This is for October, November, December. A lot of zodiac signs have gotten similar cards. So the Four of Swords to me speaks of, this is simply rest, but also not holding yourself back. I feel like, again, I feel like the energy can shift. There's a lot focused here in the second and third quarter on protecting your time, your energy, through boundaries, through speaking up and asserting yourself. Using your time wisely, tapping into the knowledge that you have, into the resources. With this energy, be careful of overextending yourself too. There's a balancing here that is important. Okay, some of you may have trouble reaching out. So I have to say this, just because you enact boundaries and you make boundaries with people doesn't mean you can't ask them for help. Some of you may get it a little bit confused where you're like, okay, I just told this person, like, no, I can't go out with them. They're not allowed to, I don't know, call me, or I'm not going to talk to them during this time, or, you know, I'm only available this time, but now I need help and I have to contact them. So some of you may get confused about that. You can still reach out. It doesn't mean because you set boundaries that you can't reach out. When you do set boundaries, you will know pretty quickly who respects them and who doesn't. Because some people who have had access to you may not like the fact that they are not restricted. Again, this has to do with time, with space, perhaps with money as well. And so the Four of Swords to me really speaks of allowing yourself, I mean, don't get those confused, because I feel like reaching out for help is going to be important. You do not want to get into this state, because this is like a state of almost being mentally fried, exhausted, stressed out. And it's important that you reach out, that there's some type of balance here, because you have that here in your four of coins in your third quarter with the hummingbird, which speaks of balance and connections. It's about harmony. So this is something to be mindful of here. Four of Swords is also not stressing yourself out. Some of you are overthinking things, and in the final quarter you may be overthinking everything. So again, reach out when you need help. A lot of folks know, especially since many of you, the theme of balancing priorities in work, in life, what it is that you want to do is important. It has been something I feel many of you have gone through in 2022, and into 2023 you're actually applying those now, putting that into practice. It's like a test. The universe is like, okay, we put different situations in 2022, now it's time to put it into practice. And so sometimes the Four of Swords may also speak to taking a time out and learning to rest when you need to. It's important not to constantly be on the go, and in this sense, that speaks to your mental capacity. Some of you may have your Mercury, maybe your Mars in in air, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, because we have in the fourth quarter Queen of Swords, and then we have Virgo energy, which is both the air signs, and then Gemini and Virgo, they're all very heavy thinkers and analyzers. A lot of mental communication, mental energy. And so be careful of overextending yourself. Okay, let's pivot and take a look at the biggest obstacle you will face in 2023. You got Six of Swords. Again, a lot of swords here. Be careful of overwhelming yourself, especially of mental fatigue. Some of you take on so much. Some of you may be empaths and need to put boundaries, especially when you take on other people's problems or you absorb them. So your biggest obstacle you will face with the Six of Swords, it speaks to balance. Also knowing when to walk away, when to say no, when to leave. Again, this speaks to your throat chakra. We got this in the third quarter, Queen of Swords. I feel like, again, think about what you've experienced in 2022, especially when it comes to boundaries and speaking up. That I feel is going to come into play in 2023, where you're going to be put in different situations to make sure you learn those lessons, and that you can in fact assert yourself, speak up, communicate, set boundaries. Because one of your biggest challenges is going to be discernment, tapping into your intuition. Do I stay or do I go? That's going to be a question. And you're going to have to trust yourself to make that decision and know when to walk away. You know what? I'm not wasting my mental energy here. I'm not wasting my time here. Some of you have perhaps subconsciously or unwillingly, or without even realizing, have involved yourself in situations where you had no business being in them. Perhaps it could have been in situations where people just dragged you into their shit, or they asked you for help, or they just unloaded. Whatever the case is, you're really being asked to consider, is this going to help contribute to my highest good? Is this going to help me accomplish what it is that I need to, my goals, what it is I need to do today? Not. Literally row away, move away from that. You're being asked to, in 2023, really, really be intentional with your time, with your energy. This is energy management, time management, because you're going to have, especially with the fire, Queen of Wands in your career, and then in love, you have Ace of Wands. So your relationship and your career may take priority. We'll just say relationships in general, and it's in the love sector here, but for those not looking for love, it could also bleed into your career. I feel like those are going to take priority in 2023. So managing your time and your energy is going to be really important, because that's going to be money for you, your worth. Let's see how you can overcome, how you can deal with this challenge. Eight of Swords. shitload of swords. Some of you have major Gemini, Aquarius, Libra placements. You could be embodying that as well. This is simply seeing the truth, how to overcome it. Some of you may have avoidance tendencies or procrastinate or just shut your eyes to something that you know is a problem. And so again, to tackle this, don't shut yourself off from it. Don't shut your eyes off from it. You're going to have to be straightforward, in other words, with all these swords, and I'll just say especially with the Eight of Swords, some of you are going to have to be very straightforward with folks, and you may have to repeat yourself, and sometimes that may not be enough, and you may just have to walk away or leave, or sometimes ignore people. Sometimes with the Eight of Swords, I get like ignoring, because you see how the donkey head is covering the eyes. But it also means too not avoiding the situation. Sometimes I feel like when things get too much, some of you may avoid it. You may just escape. And don't do that. Okay, let's take a look at the year ahead. What's the summary for 2023 for my Sages? We've got Leo energy, the sun, fertility, abundance, joy, happiness, growth, healing, a lot of warm energy. This is a beautiful card. Expansion overall. I feel like many of you have gone through a lot, have really learned a lot of tough lessons in 2022. I feel like 2023, you're going to see a lot of growth in the areas that you, especially with the, with the Magician in the first quarter, when you really clarify your goals, you're going to see a lot of growth. At the end of 2023, this is the energy I feel like that's going to be embodied, I should say. You're going to see a lot of success and growth and happiness and joy. Okay, now we're going to pivot to the Oracle, or several Oracle cards, and see what other messages the universe has for you all. What other messages does the universe have for my Sagittariuses, please? Ooh. New moon in Aquarius. Bring love into the situation. So Aquarius rules over 11th house. That's about friendships, community, groups. So again, in your family and friend outlook, you have the Three of Coins. And I mentioned earlier something about maybe reconnecting and kind of smoothing out any disagreements. So some of you may be looking at things differently. There may be a healing happening, maybe a level of compassion. You can still put boundaries in many areas of your life and still be compassionate and empathetic. I think some people don't realize, like when you put boundaries, some people think you have to be blunt, cold, unkind, and that's not the case. And again, this is more air here. So I feel like in 2023, you're going to be called to, this also gives me Virgo energy, to look at things through a compassionate lens. But again, Aquarius energy is also, this isn't about overextending yourself just because you're able to extend love or compassion or empathy to others. It's about holding your own too, maintaining your own energy. This is also speaking about healing because we have water here. So there may be a situation in 2023 that will require you to look at things a little bit differently. I heard sometimes when you can't resolve a situation, you just have to learn to agree to disagree. Okay, what other messages does the universe have, please, for my Sagittarius? Okay, we got two cards. We got 41, which reduces to a 5, get up. No matter how far we have fallen, we must try again. All is not lost until we get up. all is not lost until we give up. So there may be some type of encouragement. I feel like this is more mental. Some of you, I feel like a lot of 2023 is going to really be more in your mental landscape. It could deal with belief systems and mindsets, because you got a shitload of sword energy. And I feel like a lot of this has to do with making decisions, being discerning, learning to trust yourself, your intuition, right? And some of you may feel defeated at times. Some of you may experience, I don't know what to do type moments. And you may feel like, I can't do this. So there's encouragement here that you can and you will overcome this, because we see the metal armor here. And this is speaking of strength. You have the resiliency, you have the grit and the tenacity and the ferocity to get up and try again. And this is also a reminder, no matter how many times we have fallen in the past, and even if we fall in the future, we get back up. That's life. That's called actually being on earth, learning lessons. Because if we were all standing, there would be no point in being on earth. You also got right. Aries got this, 22. Having an outlet to express one's thought leads to more clarity and awareness of oneself. Put pencil to paper, explore your inner world. And there's a sun behind this. Some of you may benefit from writing, from journaling, expressing your thoughts. Again, a lot of throat chakra, sword energy, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Some of you need to express yourself, get that energy out. Perhaps this is a way to connect with others. There's a lot of air in your reading. I was gonna say something and then I forgot what I was gonna say. What other messages, please, does the universe have for my Sagittarius? Whoa, okay, you got a few cards here. We got discovery. Reawaken your sense of discovery and expedition. Total Sag energy, 9th house. Again, remember, you got Queen of Wands for your career outlook. So I feel like many of you are going to be starting new endeavors, perhaps building, creating. There may be a sense of curiosity, of wonder. A lot of this is going to come from within. Perhaps that's why there's a need to express yourself, document, journal. We got direction. Clarify what you are seeking so the path becomes clear. This is exactly the energy that I got with the Magician in your first quarter. Some of you know what you want. You can visualize and see the end goal, but you may have problems putting it onto paper or getting clear in terms of your next step. So get really clear. It really helps to look with the end in mind. Think about how you want to feel, what this looks like, and then work backwards. Don't make it complicated. You don't have to know every single step. I think that's where a lot of people convolute the process. They're like, okay, I have to have 100 steps from year 5 all the way to the present. No. You can take the next step, right? If you envision like a multi-million-dollar business, you know, helping people, maybe coaching, for example, you don't have to know all the tiny details. We got Elephant. Use your sense of empathy to iron out differences in your family or in your personal and professional relationships. There's something here in 2023 about, like I mentioned, with the 3 of Coins in your family and friends unit, many of you are going to be smoothing out differences. You're going to learn how to speak and express your truth, express your feelings. You have bring love into the situation. Now you have the Elephant. Use your sense of empathy to iron out differences in your family or in your personal and professional relationships. There's a sense of using love, empathy. You all are natural mediators. Some of you, again, because of a lot of the sword energy, some of you may have major Libra placements in your chart. You're natural diplomats. And we got 22 here, which signifies connections, harmony, and balance. We also have Deer. Bring gentleness and grace in every aspect of your life. Have you noticed there's an element here? You're being called to bring empathy, to bring love, gentleness, the softer side. When you manage your own energy and your time, you reclaim your power, your sense of control within yourself, right? For you. That's the only thing you can control. And so that it's almost like when we take control over how much time and energy we give to others, we are able to give more of it to ourselves. And that kind of, it adds to us. It fills us up. It beefs us up. I'm losing words here, you all. It basically generates a level of more emotional fulfillment, of satisfaction. You know, think of in the morning when you get up, if you've done your routine, things that bring you joy, happiness, energy, peace, whatever it is you want to feel. Maybe you've done your meditation, maybe you've worked out, you journaled, you had an amazing breakfast, and then you're ready to start the day and help people. This is what I'm getting with all of these references about bringing love, empathy, compassion, gentleness, and grace, especially in connection with others. I feel like when you provide love and care for yourself in the way of boundaries, in the way of communicating your needs and wants to others, then you are able to see things in a different way. But until that happens, I feel like some of you, if you're not strong with your boundaries and communication, you may have people, it's basically they're funneling your energy. You may feel resentful, like people are taking up your time. You may feel unappreciated. So again, the way you relate in your relationships may not be positive at the moment. You may be just exhausted, because we have here, get up. And it doesn't have to mean because you went through challenges. It could literally mean you're just tired as hell. Some of you are sensitives or empaths, and you absorb energy, so you feel energy of other people. So this is strongly resonating with energy management. Leo got this too. I'm not surprised the fire signs got this. A lot of you expend a lot of energy and also mental. I feel like some of you have heavy placements in swords, in air. Some of you may just be so mentally exhausted. Right now I'm sensing that you may not be seeing a clear picture. That's why in the first quarter, we have the Magician. Like, take some time to figure out what it is you want. So there may be an element of rest happening for you right now, or taking time out for yourself, so that you can literally reawaken your sacral chakra. This is of creativity, discovery. It's interesting how all of this works, isn't it? How it's all interconnected. Sometimes we don't realize the effect or impact it can have on us and others, but our sometimes environment can mirror to us sometimes what we're feeling. We have service. I think Leo got this. I feel good when I can help others. There's a strong focus on you helping others. I feel like many of you in 2023, you're really being prepared to help others in your professional capacity, especially since we got with your career, Queen of Wands. This is a leader. Like I said, queen, what did I call you guys? Queen babe, boss babes? Regardless of gender, it's that energy of bossing up. So I feel like many of you are going to be helping others that have experienced things that you have. Okay, how can my Sagittariuses best take care of themselves in 2023? Okay, got a few cards here. We got 10. Clear your energy field. Interesting, because Leo got energy work. Clear your energy field. I kid you not. Wow. 2023 is going to be important and pivotal for you. It's going to be a lot about energy management, using your throat chakra to speak up and assert yourself, and setting boundaries. Because if you want to accomplish your dream and experience success, which I feel many of you are going to experience so many blessings, so many forms of abundance. Because for your financial outlook, you got 7 of Cups. So I'm talking like opportunities for different financial streams of income. You got to cut shit out. You got a lot of sword energy. Again, what is it? Your third quarter, you got Queen of Swords. I don't know how much more clear this can get. Whatever is not contributing to your success, cut it out, or it's going to affect you to the point where you're going to need to cut yourself out from the world and call a time out. You're going to be like, see ya people, I need to rest. You got this too, Six of Sword energy. For the obstacle you'll face this year, you're gonna this may be one of the hardest things for you. Perhaps this is why it's in your challenge. Learning when to walk away, when to say no. Some of you are going to be learning that in 2023. Clearing your energy. Energy management is going to be key. We got 7, burning bowl ritual. This is another way of clearing energy, of letting go of things that don't serve you, people that don't serve you, belief systems, because fire is very transmutational, and it helps to transform. So some of you are really working in 2023 on transforming your belief systems, your mindsets. There's an element of like freedom. Look, even on the paper it says to let go. Do you see it here? Many of you are learning to let go, to release things that aren't for you. Wow. I want to show you these cards. What messages do the spirit animals have, please, for my Sagittarius? This is amazing. Similar energy with Leo, and if you have Leo placements, you may want to look at that reading. I feel like fire for many of you is very cathartic. Ironically, you guys, you're a fire sign. I'm not surprised. It's cathartic, it's cleansing. It's again, it transmutes any emotions, especially fear that we have, into love. I feel like some of you really need like a deep cleanse, energy cleanse. Some of you just have absorbed like a sponge so much around you, and you're just exhausted because you are taking on the energy of others. And it's sometimes when that happens, it creates a lot of internal conflict, chaos. We're confused, we're tired, we feel annoyed, upset, our mood fluctuates drastically. Writing could be another outlet for you, and you see there's writing here. So again, there's an element here of releasing your energy, clearing your energy. We have Fox, clever. You are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you. Be open to romance. Here you go. If you want to screenshot it, I'll cover myself. We got hummingbird. Look, remember you got the hummingbird right here with the 4 of coins up here? You have, it came out here. Miracles. You are the joy bringer. You bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars on your shining wings. Did you hear that? Energy soars on your shining wings. You guys are a magnet for everything. Spread the miracle of happiness. Look at this. You guys are showers. You're helping others it's through your energy. This is why you have to take care of your energy, why it's coming up and so important in 2023. I think it just being in your presence for so many people, it's incredibly healing. I feel like your energy brings balance to others. It's important to fill that up for yourself too, and know when to call the shots and say enough, I can't anymore. Because if you don't have enough, people are going to take, and you're not going to have anything. You're going to be in a deficit. We got bison, abundance. Sacred buffalo, cloak me in your wisdom. Keep me warm through the storms of life. Fill my life with goodness. Teach me the way of gratitude and prayer. And you got one more animal. We got hawk, messenger. Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus. Okay, I can't make this up. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. Holy shit, I'm gonna have to rewind this. I know I said this with the geese. Remember when you got the 8 of coins for your spirituality outlook and I said something about ascending? You guys cannot, if anyone's even watching this. Look at this. I can't believe it. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. My Sagittarius, this is a powerful reading. 2023, you guys hold a shitload of power, a lot of healing. But I feel like you are harnessing the strength. You're tapping into leadership, embodiment, energy, and learning how to manage your energy. And I feel like what you've learned in 2022 set the foundation for what you're going to be experiencing and tested on in 2023. And I don't mean that in a negative way. You've got a lot of beautiful, positive things coming to you. But if you don't learn how to manage your time and your energy, because time is energy, energy is time, and both are related to what it is you want to accomplish and perhaps your money. You can't give to everyone, so you are going to have to say no. You're going to have to learn how to walk away. You're going to have to learn perhaps people that keep pestering you to ignore them. You're going to really have to tighten up your boundaries and not be afraid to speak up. I feel like expressing your energy frequently, perhaps daily, is going to be of catharsis. It's going to be cathartic for you, like a process of catharsis, because you're able to renew yourself through writing. It can be through fire and through different clearing practices. Here we see smoking through, it looks like sage, smudge stick. So again, and fires give off smoke too. So there's something there with that. My Sagittarius, if this reading provided clarity, if you've been experiencing any of these nudges in 2022, comment down below. I'd love to hear your story. If you're new, introduce yourself. I love getting to know you all. Wow. This is like, it's an amazing reading. It's empowering though, because everything is in your hands. You know exactly what you need to do. My Sagittarius, I hope this reading helped, at least for the coming year. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider hitting the thumbs up button, hit the like button. If you enjoyed this reading, subscribe so you can hear and see more content like this, and also others on spirituality, astrology, energy healing, and more. I'm excited for you guys. You guys are my final sign, and this was like it. Super empowering. I'm super excited for all of your growth, your development, your happiness. You got the sun for your overall energy in 2023. You can't ask for a better card. So much goodness is coming, but a lot of this is in your control, in your hands actually. I'm wishing you a beautiful end to 2022 and an amazing start to 2023. Thank you all so much for being here. I will see you soon.